So thank you everyone for joining me again. Today we're doing another episode on shortcut video editor tutorial. And we basically going to go through how to edit audio. All right, it's episode number 4 today. And after this, we will go for episode number 5. I hope we still have time for that today. If not, maybe it'll be tomorrow. So episode number 4, audio. Let's go. This is what we have right now. I have a clip that is already there, uploaded. I have about 3 clips here. They're all uploaded. And today we're doing audio. So let's just get up on it right away. So first thing first, we're going to drag the footage onto the timeline. So now we have it. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to play it for you a little bit so you can basically hear what it sounds like. So let's go. We appreciate you for coming along. You hear that? The voice kind of disappeared. We're making tutorials on how to grab and also a little bit of reaction videos. Okay, so we stop it there. All right, so I just want to remind you all, just in case you had forgotten how to basically shorten your clip, whichever, whenever you feel like maybe you don't need one part of the clip. Okay, so you go here, and this is the splitter. You click on it, it splits. So you highlight the part you want to get rid of, right click and remove. That's gone. So now we have a very short clip that we can work with. Enlarge it a little bit so I have enough space to work with. Okay, so let's get it again. What is it? Yeah, there we are. You can see it clearly. So I'm going to put it here and use the splitter, and I split, and then I'll play it to the top of it. Okay. There you go, up to there. So, okay, so it's back somewhere around there. So I split, I put it back again, I zoom it out. I just want to be looking at the whole thing, the whole clip. I just want to see the whole thing. And you're going to click as much as you can really to get there. So the whole clip is back in. I can see it. Okay, so here's what I was going to show you when it comes to the volume. All right. So now I have this bit here. So usually when you're shooting a video, there is a lot of the time that you will get noises like a dog is barking, or maybe, I don't know, something will happen with your transmitters, from the microphone to the camera, and maybe you lose the volume or whatever, or maybe you have something that you don't really like. Okay, so we have that part highlighted. What I'm going to show you now, it's basically that I have the cursor in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into filter and then click on the plus button. We are not working on the video, we're working on audio. So I'm going to click on audio, and then it's going to give me the gain volume. I will click on the gain volume. So I'm going to raise here, this is the level of the audio. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. I put it on to 7. Let me play it again, not too far. We appreciate you for coming along on this channel. It's still low. Okay, guys, so it took me a couple seconds. I didn't want to waste the video quite too long. Anyways, so now listen to what it sounds like. I managed to put it on 14.3 dB, so the sound is actually a little bit kind of like equal. On this channel, we make a couple videos a week, and most importantly, there you go. So now it sounds a little bit equal, yeah? So now it sounds a little bit more equal, which is a bit better. So now we're going to move on to another example. So I'm going to go back to the playlist so I can add in more videos. Now, to add in another clip, unless if you want to put it as continuously to the same video, or you want to add in a brand new clip and overlay. So you right click and then you go on to add video track. There you go. So now I want to add on with this one here, which is an Instagram little clip. So I'm going to put that there. There you go. That's how you add it on. Let's play that clip. Now, you heard how loud it was. So the same way that we did for this other clip here in the middle, we raised it up a little bit. This one here, we're going to reduce it. We're going to, lower it a little bit. I'm going to push it maybe here. Yeah, here somewhere. Okay, so you have to highlight it before you do anything. Again, you have to go into, you got to click on filter. The reason I'm doing this is because the more I do it, the more you get used to it. And you go to the plus button again. So what are we working with? Audio. We want to change the audio. And then where do we go? We go on to gain volume. Click on that. Look at here on the side here. The meter is showing us that the yellow is coming up to -5. That's quite high, to be honest. Instead of increasing as we did with the other, we're going to decrease. So we're going to decrease a little bit. Maybe let's put it at -22, 23. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, we're going to, raise it up this way. Maybe to 14.4, yeah? Let's see. It could still be high. Tutorials on how to grab, and also a little bit of reaction videos used as well. Nothing too serious. Okay, so that is a bit okay. All right, it is a bit okay. It's fine, but the problem with that is, as you lower the volume, you are losing some of those tiny bit of low frequency instruments that are playing. You kind of lose that in a way. So I'm going to add in another track. Okay, so right click here again, press add video track. You add another one. Okay, so you go back to the playlist. The reason I'm repeating this so that you can get used to it. And now this time we take into YouTube clip. Put it here. Because the other one was Instagram. This is YouTube. Now let's play that. Okay, so I used the exact same sound behind them so that you can see you can hear the difference. So this one has a higher sound. The volume is high. It's highlighted, so I'm gonna go into it. So we're gonna go back to filter again, because you have to go through filter to do all those sound or volume effect or anything else. You just got to go through that filter. So we click plus again, but this time I am not going to use the gain volume. I'm going to use a limiter. Okay, I'm going to click on the limiter. Might take a few seconds to load up. Here's the limiter. You have the input gain, you have the limit, and you have the release. Don't worry much about the release. We're going to focus on the input gain and the limit. Now, let's explain something here. The limit, which is, well, the limiter, what it does basically, it removes, so if you have, for example, like I'm talking to you right now on this microphone, I have some of the small sounds, my lips slapping each other and stuff like that. Those kind of little sounds, what it happens is they are very low, but they always stay around, you know what I mean? So with the limiter, what you can do though, is you can lower them, push them down, and then you can raise up the volume to a level that you're happy with. So that means you put a gap between the two. If, for example, like I showed you here, if you go above -5, it's going to be clashing. It's very loud. It's best to always keep your volume, your sound below. But it's not the whole entire volume, it's the limiter. That's what they do in the recording studio. When you go to record a song, this is when you're laying down your vocals. The sound engineer is paying attention onto this. Want to make sure that the limiter is limiting those tiny little noise below, and make sure that the actual important voice goes a little higher. So let's play that again one more time. Just close that. Okay, so obviously it's loud. You can still hear those tiny little sounds in the back, which is good. So now we're gonna lower, we're gonna increase the whole volume properly up to, let's say 9 maybe. We're gonna try with that. And then those tiny sounds, we're gonna lower them to minus, let's start with -6. Now let's play this. Okay, here's the thing now. You can see that we have dropped it to -5, but you can still hear those tiny little instruments. But I do believe the sound is still a little higher, so I put it back onto 5 maybe. Okay, so wait here. Maybe I'm going to start it from here. All right. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Eric. It's still a little higher. I'm going to drop it to 3.2. Okay. We're going to start from the beginning. Now, let's listen. Hey YouTube, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Eric. On this channel. You hear that? It's a bit different. It's a little different. We are managing to drop the volume. We are managing to drop the sound as much as we can, but we still have the whole music. Even the smallest of it, you can hear them. You hear that? We are very low, but we can still get those tiny little sound, that are important. If I didn't like it, one of the ways I can do, for example, here, I just want to keep the Instagram image. I don't want the sound of it. Anyways, I don't like what we ended up with. So I'm just gonna right click on it. Okay, and then you can see here it says Detach Audio. You click on that. All right, you can see those, the waves that were on it are disappeared. So here's where it goes. It goes down here in the bottom. It creates its own track as well. All right. So now, if I don't like this, I want to get rid of it. It's very simple. I can just click here, and then it says remove track. I remove track. That is gone. We got rid of the music. That's simple as that. Only for entertainment purposes. So thank you for being part. There you go. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is that if I wave here, you can see that thing there. That bubble there is showing you that you could basically, normally when you finish up your video, you want it to fade away. Yeah, it's the fade. You can fade like this, right? So I'm gonna go back here maybe so you can see. You can fade in like that. Use as well, nothing too serious, only for entertainment purposes. So there you go. See how it faded? It faded completely, the image and the sound. But let's say, for example, you don't want to fade them all together that way. It's fine. I'm gonna click and okay, it's playing me now. So I just click there to highlight that part, just to make sure that I can just basically deal with the sound on its own. That's also fine. You go back onto the filter. Again, obviously the filter is already on. And this bit here has already something going on it. It's telling us, number one, it has a fade out video. and number 2, it has a fade out audio. Okay, that's the one there. You could literally change it from here. You could just click on that and then work with it. This is a minus and the plus. Okay, you could do it there. That's fine. You can do that. You can click on that, and what it does, you see what's happening here. It's removing it back. It does not affect everything completely. It's really affecting what we're doing here. All right, you can increase as you want. But what I was trying to show you is that, again, after pressing the filter, you could literally press here on the plus and go again to the audio. Make sure you're dealing with audio. And then here, watch what it says. It says fade in audio. It also says fade out audio. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to fade out. You click on that. You see, it brings us back again to the same one we have, the fade out audio. Oh my God. Okay, so, and then we could do that. We could go minus, we could go plus, whichever way you want. It's all good. Same thing with footage number 1. Oh my God. I have these things popping up my screen. Sorry. I don't think you guys can see that, but anyways, so again, clip number 1. So let's try fade in. Obviously, we're on filters. Okay, the plus. Now, what do? Fade in audio. We click on that. There we go. It gives it to us. Now we're on 0.1. So let's see what we can do with that. We're going to fade in. There you go. It's fading. It's fading in. It's fading so much. Let's go. You could basically literally drag it like that. Or you could do it with your hands normally, but you got to get out of that. So you could do it with your hand if you wanted to anyway. But so let's listen to that. There you go. Now you have it. So I'm going to stop it here. I think we just got the basics. All I wanted is for you to kind of like only have an idea of, what you can do with it. Just play around with it, and before you know, you'll be really good and much more flexible than you think. And yeah, that's it. Remember, the playlist is where you have your videos. The filter is where you go and change a few things. You do a little bit of effect or whatever you want to do. And export, it's for you to export the video. So that will be the next video after this. Thank you, guys.